What's up, everybody? Now, as you know, I've been trading for years, and you know I've made some pretty solid cash in the market, right? But this is some real talk right now. I've lost a lot of money. I made a ton, but then I gave it all back like a complete idiot. All right. Now, I've been pulling some consistent profits for the past couple of years, and I kind of want to put you guys on the same path. All right. Not kind of, I do. But today I'm going to drop 7 rules that changed everything for me when it comes to trading. All right. So these aren't about charts or indicators, just so you guys know. Be straightforward with you guys. It's just straight up principles that basically flip my trading around. Okay, so it took me way too long to get this right. I kept screwing up stuff like everything over and over, the same stuff for like 6 months. Then it just clicked, and I was like, why was I so fucking dumb? I'm laying it all out here for you guys so you can skip making your mistakes, to stop making them at all, right? If you're stuck right now and you are making those mistakes, this video is for you guys. So stick around, especially if you're struggling, because this is for you. Now, trading's not just strategy, it's mindset and rules that you live by. Once you apply these to your life, your trading will follow, okay? So let's dive in. So rule number 1 is never trade without a plan, all right? I messed this up so bad when I started, and everyone just jumps in all serious, writing down rules, sticking to them like it's a fucking religion. I did that. I had my trading plan, my psychology, all written out, right? And I was a beginner. I was doing pretty fucking good. I followed it to the T, but then I got sucked into all that hype. I watched way too many YouTube videos. I saw all the cars, the fancy houses, the watches, the lifestyle, and I'm just thinking, I gotta live like that right now too. I started trading like I was already that guy, right? I was ignoring my plans, trying random strategies, just risking way more than I should, and I just kept trading off of emotion. It screwed me for months, all right? I'd look at my plan every day and be like, yep, this is solid, then go and trade the complete opposite. Every time I did that, I lost way more than I won, and it sounds simple, but you're probably doing it too, even though you don't notice it. I only say that because I was that guy, all right? I started trading off emotion. I started just doing random stupid shit, and I didn't notice it until after. This is basically your wake-up call to let you know that you're probably doing these things too, all right? So just write down how much you're risking, your entries, your exits, all of that. If you've got a plan, stick to it like fucking glue, okay? If you don't, stop. If you don't got a plan, stop trading and make one, okay? It's why we have plans. Just we boost our odds, our probability of making money consistently, okay? So just ignore it, and you're basically gambling. And rule number 2 is size up after you're consistent, not just making profit. So what that means is size up your trades when you're consistent. You're consistently making profit, not just because you made a quick buck. Now, this one hit me pretty hard because I've done this a lot of times before when I first started trading, okay? I managed to turn $5,000 into $50,000 in just a matter of a few weeks. I felt like a genius, all right? Then the next day, I lost it all. What went wrong? I was over leveraging, I wasn't following my plan, and I just got extremely cocky. I was being very egotistical. I had a big win. I thought, hey, my account's way bigger, so I should trade way bigger. So I was already risking too much. Then I tripled it. I got lucky for a couple weeks, and then the last week, basically everything just got completely out of there. Completely blew up my account. Here's how you can avoid that. Don't size up just because your account's up. Wait for consistency. Say you've got a $10,000 account and want to make $1,000 in a couple weeks. A 10% return, that's awesome. But don't start trading like you've got $11,000. Stick to the same risk you used to get there. Okay, you didn't over leverage to make that $1,000, so don't start now. Now, for me, I wait months, 2 quarters, 6 months, what have you, of just steady wins before I even think about sizing up. If I'm crushing consistently, then I'll risk a bit more. But if I start getting emotional, I start getting greedy over trading, or just ignoring my plan because I'm human, I dial it back to what worked, all right? So sizing up too soon will mess with your head, and it'll just completely tank your account. Get rid of all the money you've already had in there, okay? So it's not about getting rich quick. This isn't a get rich quick kind of thing. Nobody gets rich quick, trading. But if you size up when your skill level's up, you're good, all right? Not your balance. Don't think about your balance when it comes to that kind of stuff. Rule number 3 is stick to one strategy. You only need one strategy. Stop switching up every week. This held me back so much. I'd watch a YouTube video, I'd try their setup, then I'd watch another one, try the other setup, then I'd fail on both of them, so I'd watch another video. I just kept jumping and jumping. I was chasing what looked cool instead of actually mastering something that worked, all right? It killed my progress. Pick one strategy that makes sense to you. why you're entering, why price should move your way. It's got to fit your life, your schedule, and just however you're going about it. If it doesn't, you're setting yourself up to fail, okay? So test it, learn it. You're going to screw it up, fix it, and just get good at it. It took me months to just nail my strategy, okay? And I'm still perfecting my strategy. My strategy is in my free course, so links below if you want it. But if it's not your thing, that's cool. Just look at more YouTube videos, but find one strategy and just stick to it. Jumping around will only kill your odds of becoming a profitable trader, okay? So it's basically, think of it like trying 10 sports at once. You're not gonna be good at any of them because you keep mixing and matching. Try to find one sport and just get good at that one. Rule number 4, don't trade when you're not right. And what I mean by that is if you're not in the right headspace, don't trade. This is huge for your emotion, okay? I used to trade when I was just feeling off. I was sick, I was stressed, I was angry, or just dealing with life in general. I placed trades on I just place trades off just pure emotion during those days. Everyone does, all right? I got stopped out quick, and why? Because my head wasn't in it. Those trades weren't good. I didn't have any correct analysis for those trades. I was just completely, in my head. So if you're not locked in, you're not trading, get out of there, okay? You're gambling, so just stop. Turn off the computer and just leave. So let's say you're going through something pretty heavy, all right? Like a breakup, or you're losing someone, or your life just isn't where you want it to be at the moment, all right? I've been there. Everyone's been there. That's life, okay? Your brain's all over the place. You sit down to trade, you're not focused, and you're gonna make dumb moves. With anything in life, if you're not focused on that thing, you're gonna mess it up, all right? So I had a rough patch, with mental health, with injuries, all of that, anxiety, just everything, okay? I try to trade through that. I try to trade with it, and it was a complete disaster. It made my psychology and mental health even worse, okay? So you got to process that stuff first. Deal with it. Take a day, a week, however long you need, okay? Because trading is still going to be there. The charts are still going to be there. Deal with what you got, and then after you're done, come back and you'll be fine. And you'll trade with a clear-headed mind. Rule number 5 is don't chase trades. Don't chase trades because you're scared of missing out, or you feel like this thing's, or you feel like this chart's gonna go, the trade's gonna go, and you really want to get into it and make some money. All right, you map out your daily bias. Price moves just like you thought, but the signals just don't line up, so you miss the trade. So what? Don't get angry at that. Don't say like, oh man, I should have been in, damn it, I'm gonna miss out, now I'm sad, now I'm angry. You jump in late, and then you just lose money. Why? Right? Like you're just getting a recipe for losing, okay? Just whenever you miss a trade, and whenever you're looking at the charts and you see your perfect setup happening, like it just happened to me today as well, don't think about it. Just get over it. There's always going to be another trade, all right? I did this all the time. I'd see a move I called, basically. I get pissed off. I missed it. And then I'd force that trade, but I'd lose because it wasn't at the right moment to get to that trade. It wasn't that right entry. So most times I got fucked, right? And if your bias plays out, but your setup's not there, let it go. Be stoked that you read the market right. That is a win. So last week, my bias was on point, but my signals did not hit. All right, my trades did not hit. I didn't trade. The market moved anyway. I'm cool with that. All right, that's life. Chasing trades will just breaks your plan, and that's rule number 1. The best traders don't trade every day. If you're making multiple trades daily as a beginner, you're doing something wrong. Stick to your plan. If not, right, if your plan isn't there, walk away. Missing a trade is way better than losing your money. All right, rule number 6 is journal your trades. Journal every single trade. If you're not tracking what you do, you're just basically guessing. I used to trade and have no clue why I won or lost, and then I just completely forgot it, right? The next day, I just forgot it. Then I started writing it down. What happened was, I entered what I traded, I entered why I traded it, and what signal or what analysis I used, right? It was a game changer, right? I saw I kept losing when I skipped like a key signal, but when I actually waited for it, I won way more. So what I'm trying to say is actually writing it down and tracking it helps your memory so much more. So get a notebook or a spreadsheet, anything like that, right? Whether you want to do it physically on paper or on the computer. Write down if it was a long or short, how much you risked, what analysis you had, and what went right and what went wrong, how much you made, how much you lost. Review it. You'll see a lot of patterns. Trust me, you're human. You'll see a lot of patterns, a lot of error and a lot of good things. Okay, so I noticed I lost like 6 times in a row when I kept rushing my trades, but I won like 4 out of 5, I believe, when I waited. So stop doing what you're doing that's making you lose. Do more of what you're doing that's making you win. And then your account will grow. And the good thing about journaling is that it will tell you just that, why you're losing and why you're winning. So I tell all my students this all the time. If you're not journaling, you're not going to be profitable, all right? So no journal, not going to have any progress. Track your trades, journal your trades, or you're just shooting blind and you're not actually going to become an actual profitable day trader. The last rule here is your life is your trading. How you live your life is how you trade. If you're not disciplined like we talked about or consistent outside the market, you won't be in the market. So I used to be all over the place. I had no routine, I was emotional, I was just sloppy overall. And I thought to myself, why is my trading so bad? If you're living reckless, if you're inconsistent, and if you're emotional, if you're sad all the time, you can expect for your trading to do the exact thing or make you feel even more of those things. So trading is your life, especially if you want to be your own boss. I work every day, 365 days a year. There's always some time in my day where I'm working, right? I'm never off. So it's not like you have a 9 to 5 where you can basically, take paid vacations, and get off and not have to work, okay? Everything matters. Every move matters when you're trading. And so when I realized I had to get my life together, I had to be disciplined, I had to handle my emotions, show up daily, my entire trading life changed. It completely flipped upside down. And this is something I tell everyone, all right? You can't be a mess and expect to be a good trader. So get your life right, be consistent, show up every day, even if it's just small steps every day. Some days you'll grow your account only 1%. Other days you'll leap forward tremendously, but you gotta show up to catch those big moments, okay? And these rules didn't just make me a better trader, it made my life so much better. So those are the 7 rules that change my trading and my life. Notice how I said "and my life," okay? Because they're not just for the markets, they make you sharper in all kinds of aspects. And if you're struggling, start here. This is the video that you need, trust me. You want more help? My mentorship is open. I have a free course here on YouTube as well. The links are below, okay? I coach one-on-one and I just sort out your specific issues because everyone has different issues when it comes to trading, okay? But you can learn a lot on this channel for free and on YouTube for free. So drop a like if this hit you and if this hit something in your mind because you feel like you are doing the same thing I was doing when I was younger, all right? Tell me in the comments, which rule you're gonna work on or how your trading is going, and just share this with someone that actually needs it, okay? I appreciate you all, guys. I will see you next time.